For the latest information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic in Cupertino, please visit cupertino.org/coronavirus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. My name is Ricardo Romero Morales. I'm a lead PIO here in the Public Health Department and the Emergency Operations Center, and I'm also the Binational Health Week Coordinator for the Santa Clara County. This morning, we're going to be talking about sex, HIV, and STDs prevention, especially right now during COVID-19, as part of our Binational Health Week segments that we'll be having every Friday. This morning, we have Jamina Hackett from the HIV and STDs Prevention Program here in Santa Clara County, who will talk to us a little bit more about the services that the program offers. But before we get started, I want to let you know that we're going to be removing our face coverings so our ASL interpreters can understand what we're saying, and as well as you who is watching us at home. So good morning, Jamina. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Ricardo.
So Jamina, your program, HIV and STDs Prevention and Control here for the Santa Clara County. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you guys do and what services are offered to our community?
Okay, so the STD HIV prevention program is a part of the infectious disease branch of the County of Santa Clara Public Health Department. We offer free to low cost HIV and STD testing, as well as education, outreach, and community assistance and technical assistance and capacity building. Oh
wow, you guys do offer a lot of services. So you mentioned HIV testing. Mm-hmm. So how soon can people get the results when they do an HIV test with you guys?
So we actually use a rapid HIV test. So somebody can get their results in 20 minutes after they take the test.
Oh, wow. Wow, that is impressive. So your program, the HIV and STDs and Control Program, has been a partner for Binational Health Week for a number of years now. Can you talk to us about the importance of the partnership with Binational Health Week and the importance of bringing the services to our Latinx community?
So Binational Health Week is one of our biggest events to reach the Latinx community. It's really important to us to be involved in this in Binational Health Week because the Latinx community is one of our highest priority communities for the County of Santa Clara. They actually bear over half the burden of HIV infections in 2019. And it's also really important because they're also affected by other health disparities as far as hypertension and diabetes. And so it's really important for us to use this time to raise awareness about our program as well as other programs within the community that are available to the Latinx population in Santa Clara County.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the work that your team does.
Thank you.
And now talk to us a little bit about, as we know, we're in that pandemic, we're under the COVID-19 pandemic right now. How has that impacted your program so far?
So we're still able to offer HIV tests, but we have to make sure that we follow all CDC and county guidelines when offering these tests. So we only offer tests by appointment only, and somebody can call our office and make an appointment. But we're still providing HIV and STD testing. We're also in the process of launching a take-home HIV test. So people will be able to conduct HIV tests themselves in the privacy of their own home. In addition to that, we just submitted a proposal to launch an HIV Self-Testing App. So there'll be an app on your phone that'll remind you when it's time to get an HIV test, to get an STD test, and allow you to be able to keep up with all of that while you're living your lives.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, having that reminder on your phone, especially as now with COVID-19, sometimes we tend to lose sense of time. It's a good opportunity for us to continue to remind us when to get an HIV test or an STD test. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that people can go and make an appointment to get an HIV test. Where do they go? Do they have to visit a specific website or do they call?
So we do have a website. Our website is gettestedscc.org. If a person visits that website, they will find the phone number to call the Crane Center and schedule an appointment. And they can schedule an appointment that way.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, talk to us about PrEP. I heard earlier that your program is also offering PrEP services. And if you can help us understand what PrEP is. And I remember back when the pandemic started to happen, I saw some memes talking about like, oh, I'm not going to get COVID because I'm on PrEP. Does PrEP help with COVID?
So PrEP stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's a pill that a person takes once a day to stop the spread of HIV. So while PrEP is good to stop the spread of HIV, it does not protect against STDs or COVID-19. So PrEP is specifically a pill that a person takes to protect against HIV and nothing else.
Awesome. That is an important highlight that you mentioned there. And remind people that PrEP, it's only for protection of HIV, but not for COVID-19. Now, how often should people be getting tested for HIV and STDs?
So the CDC has guidelines for how often a person should get tested for HIV and STDs. For anyone who's sexually active, they should be getting tested at least once a year. For females who are sexually active and under the age of 25, then they should be getting tested once a year for gonorrhea and chlamydia, as well as HIV. If a person is over 25, a female is over 25 and has multiple sex partners or new sex partners, then they should be getting tested once a year for gonorrhea and chlamydia as well. Another population that should be getting tested at least once a year for gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and HIV are men who have sex with men, or men who identify as bisexual or homosexual. And then additionally, if anybody has any new sex partners or has multiple sex partners, then they should be getting tested at least once a year for gonorrhea, chlamydia, and HIV as well.
Excellent. That's a great reminder. Now, we are aware that now there is a sex and COVID-19 guidance document up on our website. Can you talk to us a little bit about this, this guide, or give us some tips of how we can continue to protect ourselves if we're sexually active during COVID-19?
So being sexually active during COVID-19, the best person to be sexually active with is somebody who lives within your household, or somebody who lives within your household. Always remember that you are your best sex partner. So you can have sex with yourself, you can cyber sex, but taking it outside of the household can be a risk factor for contracting COVID-19. So if a person chooses to have sex with somebody outside of their household, there are some recommendations that we have as far as having that conversation. So we already know that we should be having the conversation of STDs and HIV, but also throwing in that conversation of COVID-19, of assessing somebody's risk factors, assessing somebody's exposure risk, and making sure that we're integrating that conversation into our sex conversation as far as STDs and HIV as well.
Excellent. Great points that you're making there. And also for the Crane Center, I remember visiting the Crane Center a few times in the past. So I remember that you guys had condoms and lube and all these goodies that people can use. Do you guys still offering those?
So we still do offer condoms and safer sex kits. That is one thing that we are attaching to our take-home HIV test. So if a person gets a take-home HIV test, they'll also get a safer sex packet. And there's the opportunity to order safer sex packets through our app once we launch it. Hopefully that'll be included. Hopefully we'll be able to launch the app, and so that would be great.
Awesome. And all the services are free, right? The sex kits?
So all of our services are free. Another thing that we're doing is we're partnering with partners throughout the community. So throughout Binational Health Week, there will be various partners throughout the community that will have these safer sex kits to give out into the community. So just keep an eye on the Binational Health Week events, and I'm sure they'll have a way to get that out to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jamina. And can you please remind us again, what was that website where people can get more information from your program?
So our website is gettestedscc.org.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Are there any last words that you want to give out to our audience?
So I just want to let everybody know that having a healthy sex life is a really important part of life. And we need to make sure that we're paying attention to our sexual health, because having good sexual health can play a huge part in having a healthy sex life. So it's important to have conversations about safe sex, to take care of our sexual health by getting tested at least once a year. 3 to 6 months if somebody has multiple sex partners or has new sex partners often. So that's just what I want to share, that we have to pay attention to our sex lives and keep that healthy in order to live healthy lives in general.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And also having those conversations and being open to have a sex conversation with your partner about how can you both protect each other. So thank you so much, Jamina, for all those tips. And also just want to make a friendly reminder, as part of Binational Health Week, tomorrow we're having our own Binational Health Week testing site, and we're also going to be offering flu shots. The location will be at the Children's Discovery Museum here in San Jose, California, and the times will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be free parking, and you can also pick up a sex kit that that Jamina was describing earlier from us once you go get tested for COVID-19 and get a free flu shot. You might be seeing around this flyer, and this is the flyer that we are advertising our event tomorrow. And just also a friendly reminder, if you want to learn more about Binational Health Week or want to find out what events are coming up next week, please visit our website, and that is www.sccbhw.org. And you can also see the link over here at the bottom, so that way you can also access that website. Well, that's all we have for today, but thank you so much, Jamina, for joining us today. I do want to remind our audience, if you have any questions, please visit our website regarding COVID, and that is www.sccgov.org/coronavirus. Again, thank you so much for being patient with all of us. Remember to maintain your social distance, wear your face covering, wash your hands, and please stay safe. And also, as a friendly reminder, we have our Facebook Lives every Friday for Binational Health Week in English and Spanish. And we have a regular Facebook Live segments on Monday and Wednesday and Fridays. All right, thank you so much, everyone.
For the latest information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic in Cupertino, please visit cupertino.org/coronavirus.